Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tour de France 24, episode number 36. Still at the Tour de France, part number 5 of that. It should be part 6 by the time we reach the end of this tour. We're into the final week. We've had our last rest day, so a lot of recovery. Next up for us is a sprint day, and it's the first of 4 stages that I'm planning on covering for this episode. But with a simple category 4 in the middle of the stage, there's no points to threaten us. So we quick sim.
Well done, lads. You rode a very good stage.
A 9th place finish for Cockard, and everybody on same time straight on to stage 17. So the plan being 3 more stages to go today. 17 could be a breakaway day, but there's only a few climbs and it's very late in the stage. I'm going to save our energy for the stages to come by staying within the peloton for this one. We'll pick it up onto those final 3 climbs. But 18, plenty of categorized climbs, but very few points involved. We're not going to bother going into the break. We're going to save our energy on that one as well. But as it's a hills stage, if I quick sim, I'm going to run the risk of missing out on that one, and therefore we're going to have to sit tight on that one. So I will quickly handle both of those, but I think we'll go straight to the finish on that one. In theory, there should be no gaps except for maybe to a breakaway. Stage 19, that's the one we're going to take control on and where we're really going to go for it. We've got a Cat 1 followed by an Ars Cat with a ×2. So massive points. That is going to be the big decider on the King of the Mountains, the most likely scenario. But then a finishing climb after that one. Short stage, very intense stage. We're going to have to be in the breakaway. And then 2 stages to go after that with less King of the Mountain points the rest of the way. So we could nearly have things wrapped up after stage 19. Early portion of the stage, while we're speeding things along, I've set up protection, so Cockard and Toynes to protect McNulty and myself and still try to protect our positions as best we can. The breakaway, usual suspects, same sort of names we've seen in there stage after stage. 18 of them today. Had a 7.5 minute advantage. It's down to 6.5 as we're down to 110 kilometers left in this stage. We've been on a very gentle false flat for the entirety of the stage, and we're into our first uncategorized climb of the day right now. Energy remains excellent. We're going to have that little descent. I've got gels to use with the Vide zone coming soon after, so we'll be at full strength. The intermediate sprint gap's way too big to the breakaway, so we'll set it up for the Cat 2 climb. Picking things up from the base of the Cat 2 climb.
Awarded to the rider who's first to the top of the Col Bayard.
We're not going to be collecting those 5 points on this climb, but there might be a chance to get points on one of the last 2 climbs. The gap down to 4:45. That front group is pushing pretty hard at the moment. We're 2 kilometers behind him, so absolutely no chance to compete at this moment, and we're just going to keep right on pushing past his climb. It's Carapaz who grabs the 5 points. Jan Izagirre gets 3, Ciccone 2, and Derek G gets 1. Carapaz had not really featured in that, meaning for now actually things are looking pretty good. Recovery, I need to control my own recovery here. This descent is rather short and rather straight. I should be tucking and getting kind of the maximum back. And that definitely added to the recovery. You can see where I am compared to my teammates. We're going to be setting up that Cat 1 here fairly soon. There's still going to be a little more recovery possible as things are still kind of downhill for the moment.
The leader
Not really,
of the general
though.
classification does
Not happening.
necessarily
So
have to attack. Depending on his lead,
it's going to be
he
gels
can
for
simply
everyone
follow
here
attacks
pretty
and
soon.
counter at the very end of the stage.
I love that the entire team is here when there's only 66 left in the peloton. I mean, we've dropped close to 100 riders, and not one from our team, and not one having to use their gel to be at this stage. Okay, officially, we are reaching the base of the climb here in just a moment. Already, a few more riders dropped down to 62. 7.5K, 8.1%. This is the key moment of this stage as the shorter Cat 3 to the finish. By that point, will, of course, attack each other for, for minor placings, but that's a small time gap compared to what you're going to see with those dropped on this climb. Speaking of dropped, the front group, still all 18 riders together, and they're already down to 4.5K.
So there
The
will
gap,
be points for the mountains classification,
okay, we're
as well
within
as
a kilometer
time
now.
bonuses to be paid.
That's Cockard protecting me. You go ahead and use your red gel as you're about to bonk out and drop. That'll give you a few more seconds. We'll get Hamilton and then Piganzoli on the task of protecting, well, the two of us. And
Okay,
McNulty.
I'll consume a feed. Okay, I'll protect him.
Small chance that we can catch that front group still on this climb. I was hopeful.
Climber puncher, the Breton Warren
Tempted to follow
Barguil
that.
is endowed with an attacking temperament. This has allowed him to take 2 stage wins in the Tour of Spain, and more notably, the polka dot jersey and 2
I don't want to lose
stages
time
in the
here.
Tour de France.
I don't think these points are going to happen. But we are seeing an attack not just of an Almeida, but of others. So the field is splitting. So it is time to... Ooh, Yates did not attack today. Okay, this is all coming back together here. And suddenly we're looking at a group of 27. Okay, let's check in. Okay, breakaway. Breaking up. The band has broken up, but we've lost 15 seconds on them, so actually they've been attacking as well, and that's how they've thinned out. They've not been dropping off, they've been attacking. Meanwhile, we have 26 left, but not looking too great here. Piganzoli, take McNulty, Hamilton. Too many riders ahead of us, too much of a gap. We're not going to gain anything, but I'm in a good advantageous position and not hurting myself at all right now. We'll start to speed up as they are speeding up once again. Don't want to drop back too far here. Okay, now we're really starting to pick it up again. Follow Pogacar. I follow Pogacar. He might attack here. I'll try to go with him if he does.
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Vlasov now doing the work. Things are all sorts of split up. We are catching breakaway riders now, but it's the back of the group. Not the middle, not the front. Vlasov got that one all wrong. Bardet, Izaguirre, and Derek G. They get some bonus seconds. Would have been nice to have those. It would have been nice to have the 10 points, but that's okay. Those guys are not a big threat to me. What is a big threat is that I'm getting pretty low on energy right now. And I'm curious how small this group has gotten, because there was close to 30. I'm guessing that it's much smaller now. Yeah, it's 14. And that's including some breakaway riders that just got picked up, and most of them spit right out the back. Vine is still here, and I'm looking pretty low, but right now I think you need to protect McNulty. I'm right at the front.
Okay, I'll protect him.
Next acceleration.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing.
Okay, climb tempo. I can thin out. There's McNulty. There's a Venapool. And we are over the top to recover. So Bardet +1, Derek G, Carapaz. Combativity done, by the way, because Derek G's in the break again, and I was 700k
Romain
behind
Bardet
him.
is one
I'm
of the
only going to
climbers who can
attack on
compete on the
like 2
global
more
stage.
stages.
He's a good climber and puncher, and it's best for his opponents that they keep an eye on him and not give him too much leeway, because he's not just good going up, he's also one of the best descenders in the peloton.
Pogacar, nobody followed that. I'm the one who was in the gap, so it's kind of on me, but I went from doing this, arrow tucking, to it changed to uphill. I tried to grab onto Pogacar's wheel. It didn't grab the wheel, so I just grabbed the next guy's wheel, and Pogacar opens up a gap.
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
But my good
At 3
descending is
kilometers from
helping
the
pull us
finish,
back
there
right
are
now.
still several potential
Have to ride
stage
there for a
winners.
moment. Our group has thinned out a lot, by the way. There's only 5 of us here. I'm the tail end of this group. Whoa, that got spicy fast. Had to commit. Just 5k left. I've gotten a good recovery in, but Pogacar is now somebody we're chasing. I'm not so worried about Pogacar, right? He's way ahead, and the break still has 3 minutes. Break still has 3 minutes. They're going to win the stage today.
Less than 2 kilometers from the finish.
3.5k for us. I think I can maintain a 3.5k high tempo. Oh, McNulty's still here too. Sweet. There goes Roglic, but I'm not so worried about their tempo. McNulty's 18th. I should be following McNulty. Telling him to work. Yeah, there's 4 of us here. And Vine is here. Holy cow, they've both held on. Thomas is behind us. Vlasov is behind us. Bilbao, Moss are all behind us. Losing time, Jay Vine. Let's go 90 tempo, bud.
I'll make a big effort on the relay.
Final kilometer for the men at the front.
Where are you? I'm climbing 90, but you're a better climber than I am. There we go.
His teammates
Following
are
Jay
riding to
Vine.
protect the jersey.
Okay, blue bar's gone, so we need to... I wanted to get around the corner first before things got crazy, and I lose the wheel. There we go, red gel. And then McNulty will go next.
Okay.
2k from the top. Okay, come on. We got that last little bit. Okay, Vine's done. Still working on the red bar, but running out of the energy. Add on to a 100% effort. 1.7k. Yeah, 100. We'll go 100 with McNulty.
I'll make a big effort on the relay.
G has already won the stage. Yanez Segura and Bardet. That's additional points for G, by the way. Come on, McNulty. Come on. You're 18th. You're gaining time today. It's 1k from the top. 1k from the top. That's 110 tempo.
I'll go full out on the relay.
700 meters. Attacking for the finish. Vingegaard's 7th. Evenepoel is 8th. Pogacar is 9th. Roglic is 10th. Almeida 11th. Myself 12th. We pulled back the time that we were losing there, and most of what was in that finish was breakaway riders. That was good for my 8th place. It was good for McNulty's 18th. This turned out to be a pretty good stage. Not perfect, but a pretty good stage. No points for the KOM. Some non-contenders might contend a little bit after that one, like Derek G. We'll see. So G is Segura, Bardet finishing at the front. It's going to help their position, but it's not a big gap. Carapaz was at a minute. Van Gils at 2. Ciccone. There's where things start. So Vingegaard, Evenepoel 2:17. I was at 2:59, so losing less than a minute to contenders, key contenders, losing just 30 seconds to Pogacar. And then Hindley was at 3:03. McNulty was 3:10. Barguil at 3:19. Champson 4:02. Vine was 4:13. Great day for him. But Thomas 4:47. I gained nearly 2 minutes on Thomas. Bilbao was nearly 2 minutes. Moss was 2 minutes. Yeah, really good day. And McNulty gaining something similar, right? He's got 2 minutes to those guys. In terms of the KOM, Jan Izagirre picks up 12 points. Bardet gets 10. Carapaz 9 and G 9. So the new GC after 71 hours of riding. Pogacar leads by 2 minutes over Vingegaard and Evenepoel just 3 seconds apart. Van Aert still 4th. 10:41 down, was nowhere near the finish of that one, and has really backed up from the lead to off the podium to now backing up to the remnants of the top 10, and we could still see ourselves move back ahead of Van Aert in these final stages quite easily. Roglic, though, heavy favorite for 4th place at this stage, and then Bilbao is 12:49. I'm 13:55, back up to 7th place. Carapaz up to 8th. Thomas drops to 9th, 15:30 down. Bardet moves into the top 10, but he's 17 minutes behind. Over 3 minutes behind me. Remember, though, stage 21 is another time trial. I'm not so good at time trials, though I did decently last time, and I think I could put in a decent time here again, in theory. And not everybody around me are good time trialists. But outside of the top 14, McNulty back to 15th. Okay, that's pretty good. 28-25. KOM, 17-point lead, still over Pogacar. Johannesson is still third, gained no points, 49. Vingegaard of Evenepoel. Yates G is just 7th at 35 points. So today ended up an excellent day for the King of the Mountains, as no one in the top 6 gained points. None. That really helps us out. That really helps us out on the day and retaining energy going into coming stages. I'm still full strength for the last few stages of this race. We are done with sprints. If I were to go win a stage of what's left of this tour, I could maybe feature in the points. 315, 203. It's a big ask. There's 0 sprint stages left, so Philipsen might not gain points again. Still second in the young rider, but way behind Evenepoel. Still 5th as a team, 10 minutes ahead of Soudal Quickstep, and 15 ahead of Bahrain Victorious. And confirmation that, nearly 800 kilometers behind, we're not going to catch Derek G in these last few stages. Still number 1 by a single point ahead of Pogacar, and still number 2 as a team. Midway point of this stage, well, past the midway point, the breakaway, Johannesson's there. He's the only real contender, KOM-wise, of the breakaway riders. And through 4 climbs, he's picked up 5 points. He's really going for it today. He's had a chance to recover, but we are still almost 2 kilometers behind. So there are points, though. There are points. Right? Goes down through 20. We'll see here in a moment. Intermediate sprint coming up. I'm getting myself in position to maybe go try to pick up a couple of points in this intermediate sprint.
You must constantly
It's going to come down more to the end of the stage, though.
So as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. The green jersey will
First
not
6,
change
that's already
anymore
10
today.
points.
The leader is ahead by enough points. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
13. There's 2 points left. There's 2 points
And
left,
now
and there's a
here's
big
the clip
acceleration.
the setter put in there for
The
front
1
of the
point's
race.
still available. Nope, there's 2 guys going for it. That's it. No point wasting the
Classified as
energy.
second category, the Ascent earns 5 points
Philipsen.
for the first rider,
Oh, yeah.
3 points for the second,
But they only get
2
2 and 1
points for
point,
the
so the
third,
gap stays
and 1
rather
point for the
slender.
fourth.
We'll see what happens at the end of the stage. Bigger climb this one. And punishment starting to come in, so let's go ahead and gel up for these guys. The
Okay,
weaker ones.
I'll consume a feed.
Lutsenko gets the 5 points. Johannesson only gets 1 point this time, so now 6 on the day. And that was the hardest climb remaining. We've got just Cat 3. After this, we'll get some recovery on the descent, and gel's still available for 5 of 8 riders on the team. And I've gotten involved in the chase for the first time. We're inside 20k. I'm thinking that we could be capable of doing something with the stage, and I don't want the breakaway taking it all again. But Hamilton, you're gonna have to up your effort and use your gel.
I'll relay.
Cockard's also being saved now for the potential of the sprint here. 15k, more riders attacking, and other teams just not seemingly interested anymore. So
I'll
Hamilton
make a
gotta
big
push
effort on the
harder.
relay.
Being left behind.
Blocked off a little bit
It's
by
good news
Bjerg.
for the overall standings.
Watch out, he's going
Just a
on the
little
attack.
momentum.
With less than 3 kilometers to
Vingegaard's
go,
attacking,
the winner will
Roglic
be
is
one of the
attacking.
breakaway riders. Is there anyone bold enough to try something before the sprint?
I have momentum. I'm gonna attack with them. Pogacar, Roglic, Vingegaard, and Yates. 2.5k to go. I've got a gel. I'm going to try to get some separation
The
and then
recompense
gel
for the
up.
breakaway riders.
Gel,
Victory
gel,
will
gel,
come
gel,
down to
gel,
a
gel.
sprint.
Come on. I have a little gap. I have a little gap. But the breakaway's got Johannesson out front. Coming up 1k to go.
teammate has just been dropped.
There's the gel, last kilometer, Johannesson, Lutsenko, Armorel, Geshka, Kras, Lenny Martinez. There's all my red bar. G, Shampison. I'm going to gate a few seconds. Get the throw for one more second. And then there comes the group. McNulty is at the finish. So, yeah, we're good. 9th on the stage, 8 breakaway riders, a minute ahead. I gain a few seconds. It's not much, but we're talking about, what, a minute 24 to the group. So about 15 seconds that I picked up there with very little effort, just right at the end in the last few kilometers. I was 100% before this stage. I should be there or thereabouts, close to it, entering the next stage, which will help us on those big climbs to come. Still 7th, still close to a minute behind Bilbao, but certainly in a competitive position, minute and a half ahead of Carapaz, almost 2 ahead of Thomas now, and on 3.5 ahead of Bardet. McNulty remains 15th, Jay Vines 28th, Hamilton's 34th, by the way. KOM, Johannesson picked up 7 points today, but I'm still 22 ahead of him, and I'm fresh for the big climbing stage to come. Usual suspects attacking behind, but I'm already 50 seconds ahead. Wearing the polka dot jerseys puts me right on that front row, so I can attack from immediately from the start of the stage. Obviously don't want to go solo here, so I will set up soon, but I definitely want to see the gap to the peloton go out, but I'm already going to start to ease off a little bit. 5 riders, including Bardet, will join me soon. Johannesson amongst them. We've already got quite a few off the front. Looks like we do have some sprinters, like Cavendish, trying to get in the break today, because it's one climb and then the intermediate sprint, and then they can kind of sit up and enjoy the fact that they're out and away. I'd love to see us have a nice healthy gap on this stage so that we can stay out. The first 2 climbs are the important ones to secure the KO. The last climb, I want to lose as little time as possible, and so I have to be careful, have to be strategic today. The stage is short, already inside 140k, and the feed zone is after the first climb. 22 coming together before the climb. This is not the climb yet, just a little hill, but 22 riders here, 2.5 minutes to the peloton. It's on. Base of the climb, I'm at full strength. I would imagine quite a few of the 22 are nowhere near full strength right now, as the tempo's been pushed, and I just started with an advantage and eased up and took little downhill sections and used them to tuck where others were still riding. So I would imagine most, if not all, of the group started this climb less than 100% in the tank, which is going to definitely give me an advantage. Most of the difficulty of the climb is in this first section, and I would imagine we're going to lose a few riders before we even hit that halfway point. Now 19, Cavendish out the back. Simon Yates, Versness, Court Nielsen, Corbin Strong, 13 left. Coming up on the 5K banner. Definitely going into that next phase. Got to be ready. 12 left. Like I said, a lot of these guys are going to be pretty dang fatigued. This climb matters less than the next one, but we're going to get a feed zone. We're going to get a descent, so we go all out for this climb, but just saving it. But we're going to get a feed zone, so I can attack twice. 3K. I'm going to ride forward. I like the double attack. It's been very effective when used. G, Latour, Schultz are all here. Menkes, I gotta get forward first. It's gonna level off for a moment, and that would be a good place, but I'm still trying to come up and come through. There we go. Johannesson, Bardet, and the early attack, 2K out. There was just 6 riders. I leave 5 of them behind, so the group was splitting up. Okay. And back to the gel, back to the gel. I'm 11 seconds ahead, 12 seconds ahead. Coming up on the 1K banner. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. They're going to catch me, but they are not going to have anything left. Bardet, the only one chasing, he's 4 seconds behind, 3 seconds behind. I don't want him to gain ground. Just gonna increase that effort that little bit. There we go. Pulling away. We are pulling away. We're gonna get this climb. We're gonna get this climb over the top first. The peloton is 7 minutes behind. Switchbacks, the perfect kind for just nice, good arrow tucks, and then just on your way and brake and go. And we back off. Did not get fully recovered. Did not get fully recovered, which is almost a great sign because a lot of other riders will not recover anywhere near as much as I do. I use the arrow tuck way more than the average rider does. So 30 seconds to the chasers. I don't want to even put in any extra work more than I have to. I've increased the gap over the peloton to 8 minutes now. 2K from the sprint point, and then coming up on the climb very quickly after that. So gotta be really careful. I'm not gonna go too hard for this. If these guys ride hard, it's gonna be theirs. But if they don't, if they give me a real chance at it, anything? Nobody's riding. Nobody's riding. Here we go. Mankeys is. Mankeys is. Nope. I'm gonna sit up. Gonna sit up. Gonna sit up. Just wasn't worth it to make the effort. Wasn't worth it to make the effort for that particular climb. Even if it leaves me with one more to get later on. Save
The
it for another
first
day.
riders are onto the Bonnet climb, close to
5 riders.
23 kilometers in order to reach the summit of the
23K.
highest road in France.
I was too far out of the points anyway, and yes, I needed that one intermediate, but this climb matters way, way more. Wasting that. Down to 4 minutes ahead, though. It's going back pretty quick. Nobody's working too hard in the group right now. Meanwhile, the peloton's working very hard. Gonna be a very, very small group very soon. They've caught us. There's a peloton now, 32 riders. I'll go ahead and use my gel now.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Reset. We need to protect myself and McNulty.
Okay, I'm
Last two
coming to
guys.
protect you.
I still want the points at the top of this climb. Definitely not much tempo. Like I'm ready to attack the group here. So here we go. Already off the front. Just gonna climb tempo. Bardet goes with me. Will he work with me?
You have 30 seconds lead on the yellow jersey.
30 seconds ahead already. Bardet will work with me. Good. I'll take a turn for a little bit. And he's changed his mind. 53 seconds ahead. Looks like we're headed for the points, which is what I need, what I want. Which is why I think Bardet went with me and nobody else did. They know that I'm wearing the polka dots. I'm not a threat overall as a climber. But a minute and a half is plenty gap. Don't need to waste. You know, we're going to get full recovery on the descent. We're going to get full recovery. I'm going to ride harder. Well, it's still more than 5K. There's the 5K banner. Last kilometer is going to be steep again, but it's going to get easier here for quite a bit. I feel like I'm dropping Bardet. I am. I'm going to ride on for a little bit, open the gap. Fine was solo for a while. Ayuso. O'Connor is here. It's going to be a lot flatter once I round this switchback. And then one last push to the top. Still 2.5K from the top, but like I said, you're going to get that recovery. You're going to get that recovery, so might as well put the foot down. there's the top, and we measured this effort really well because we are cresting and running out of energy. 20 points.
Lead for the polka dot
Only
jersey.
20 points. That should be
No
40.
way we can lose it today.
Very windy through here, by the way, but we've still got plenty of descending. I mean, we still have almost 50k to go.
His teammates are riding to
Okay, energy fully recovered, and that's the bottom. Is it though? Not really. Not really. We've got a long ways to go with a gentle slope. Maintaining the 3-minute gap over Bardet, but the chase group of 13 are messing with each other. They're messing with each other. Nobody wants to be the one to do the work, so it's 4:20. That's it for the descent. That is it for the descent. We've got 26k to go, and I cannot go high tempo for 26k. But I added another 20 seconds over Bardet. I've added a minute over the chase group of 13, who now have a chase group of 13 behind them. A minute 45 behind. Those guys are working harder. So that chase group of mine, the big chase group, right, not Bardet, that chase group of mine is not putting much effort in, which is helping them conserve some energy. But like I said, I know for a fact that I'm working harder. I got a little more recovery in there, just an ounce of it without losing hardly any pace at all. Bardet pulled back 10 seconds, but those guys are at 5:37.
The head of the race is
and that chase group is about to make contact
now
with them.
at Isola,
So it's going to be back to 26. And assuming it's Vine, but we will have more support for McNulty in that group. Bardet is done. He's very much going backwards. He did not conserve energy well. So he'll be caught fairly soon. And then it's just down to that peloton and what they can do. They've pulled back 30 seconds on B, but we are coming out of the steepest sector now with 12.8k to go. Gap down to 425. They're definitely closing me down, but I'm coming up on 10k to go with what? I'll have covered 6k of the climb. So 6k of the climb and lost 1 minute with 10k to go. Clearly I'll lose another minute and then some because I'm having to slow down a little bit.
Another 10 kilometers of climbing for the man at the front.
But I've got a chance here. I've got a chance. But they haven't started attacking yet. That's where the gap's going to come down way faster. They're just going steady tempo for now. Bardet straight through and out the back. Danny Martinez and Johannesson Pidcock all out the back. 3.5 minutes. So they've gained another 30 seconds on me pretty quickly. And they're dropping riders, which means they have accelerated. Time is half done, and in just 3k they shaved off another minute. But here we go again. 4 more riders out the back. We're down to 18 now. Firepower thinning, but the strongest riders will attack that group soon and break it up, and they'll really trim time pretty rapidly there. And I'm getting quite low on energy now, so I'm gonna have to lower the pace even further.
Being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing. Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall.
It's back out to 254. Wasn't it down to 2.5? They've sat up. Whoever was doing the work has sat up, and that has created a little window of opportunity for me. But I am stuck at low tempo the rest of the way, but it's less steep from here. The last 5k is the least steep section, which means regardless of my lower tempo, they're not going to be that much significantly faster than me. I'm still doing
The lead
26
rider's
kilometers an
5
hour.
kilometers from the summit. If he keeps up his tempo, he's got a chance of winning today.
As the last of that short-term energy, the sugar rush at a 2:52 gap. Okay, back it off. Final drop in speed. They are going 6 kilometers an hour faster than I am. 6 kilometers an hour, and it's coming down fast now. McNulty gets dropped. Group's down to 14. Down to 2.5 minutes. Here they come.
2 kilometers left for the
Here
man
they
at the
come.
front. Victory is within his grasp.
1.9k. Last 11 riders. Landa has been dropped. 2 minutes. They've kind of sat up again, though. So the attack group, once again, goes back and stabilizes the tempo. So they gained 1 minute very, very rapidly there. Within about 1 kilometer, they pulled back 1 minute. I'm into the final kilometer. Is it, though? Is it? Here they come again. Minute 40. Minute and a half. 700 meters. Speeding up for a moment, using that last little bit of energy. Slowing back down. 9 riders chasing. Minute 10. I might not win this stage. But I'm going to get points for sure. Oh my gosh. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 5 riders.
You're ahead of the group with the favorites by 30 seconds.
Yeah! Yes! I beat him. I beat him to the top. Oh, man. Oh. They were flying. They were absolutely flying. I had, what, 1.3k to go when that final attack came, and it just disintegrated the group. And the last 4 riders came up on me so fast, and obviously I spent all my energy in the more difficult sectors. I just set whatever tempo I could, and it worked.
Ladies and gentlemen, applaud him loudly.
I took all of the King of the Mountains points that were available, all of them, 100% today, as I led all 3 climbs. Huge achievement there as well, and the KOM may be mathematically done, may not. I'm not entirely sure. But obviously, Pogačar would have picked up points here too, but he was only 5th on the stage. Pogačar was struggling there at the end. It's Roglic who gets 2nd, Evenepoel 3rd, so they get the bonus seconds. Vingegaard and Pogačar was 10 seconds behind in the end. That's how close that 2 minutes evaporated down to 10 seconds in 1.3k, 1.4k, and they've got me beat. Thomas, Hindley, 6th and 7th. Adam Yates was 8th. Carapaz at Bernal, 9th and 10th. McNulty was 18th at 3:06 down on the stage. Not terrible for his position in the GC, but I picked up 70 points in the KOM. 20, 20, 10. I did get the bonus. I did get the times 2. So I did get the 40, the 20, and the 10. And yeah, that's got to just about do it. I mean, Pogačar was the main contender. He only got 12 points today. I move up in the GC as well. So Pogačar still leads the race. Evenepoel is 2nd. Vingegaard is 3rd, 1 second behind him. Roglic is 4th. I move up 2 spots to 5th place. I'm back into the top 5 at 13:20 down. I'm loving this whole breakaway thing. I remember I was at a breakaway. We got caught. I attacked on the 2nd climb and went clear. They let me go. And I turned that into a stage victory. Barely. Bilbao, though, is still he's just inside a minute behind me. Thomas is 2.5 minutes down. Carapaz is 3 behind. Hindley 9th. Van Aert drops to 10th now. Way down the order. And McNulty still 15th. At 31:21 behind. That puts him quite a ways behind Adam Yates and only just slightly ahead of Bernal. But realistically, he will finish somewhere between 15th and 17th, or 14th and 17th. KOM. Yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. I can focus on GC now. I don't have to go in the breakaway on the next stage. I can try to hang on, but my problem persists. Not a good climber. Not a good climber. I'm better from the breakaway with a head start, as we saw there at the end. And descending solo. Getting that full recovery where others do not. But starting ahead of them makes a real difference in this one. But with that 73 mountain rating, Pogacar just does not feel threatened by me at all. I'm 5th overall, and he hasn't cared one iota about me attacking. I definitely gained points today, without a doubt, but still not enough to threaten. Not enough. There's only one more stage with points available. 21's a time trial. We remain 5th in the team classification with a 7-minute lead over Bahrain Victorious and half-hour plus over Soudal Quickstep. Up to 4th in the combativity, but 870k behind G. He's got it wrapped up now, so Derek G will win the combativity award. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. 70.702 on the season. Nice. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.